Yes! Out of nowhere, Universal just dropped this awesome trailer for the new video game, Jurassic Park Survival. This explains so much about not just the game, but the franchise and what Universal has been doing recently. It's just, it's incredible. And we're going to go over this whole thing. I'm going to play the trailer at the end. We're going to go through the whole trailer. I'm going to talk about what I think this means. That was not in the order that it's going to happen in the video. I said that completely out of order. There's a few things to be concerned about, but generally, I'm just hyped for this. It's so awesome. But I'm just so excited. Can't believe they did this. Let's just get into it. Here's the island they flew into when they first go into the park. This is a pretty famous shot. The island looks awesome. Notice it says pre-rendered footage, so this first part of the trailer is all pre-rendered footage. We do get a bit of gameplay footage later. There's the Jeep that they left in, so this is after the 93 incident. And of course, the waterfall, that's the helipad. But it's night, so it's clearly been at least a couple hours. There's the Jeep that's fallen out of the tree. Of course, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay, so yeah, so this is inside the T.rex enclosure. There's the tree. And I can't believe it. I'm excited. Gallimimus runs into the car door. This is the other Jeep. This has been long enough after that the dinosaurs have all left their enclosures, basically. And Alan's hat, of course. And here it goes. Plop. And the visitor center in the rain. It looks so awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I'm going to play the full trailer at the end of the video, by the way. So, did I already say that? No, maybe it didn't. Anyway, it's raining. Inside the visitor center, we can see the destroyed skeleton. I don't see the raptor carcasses, weirdly. Then we have the scratch marks and this concrete pillar, and we get the narration, the character saying her name. She's Maya. And we see the banner right here. Of course, the When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner. Still the lightning outside. She says she's been left behind on Isla Nublar, so apparently she didn't go to the with most of the workers when they left the park, and she got left behind. Turns around, notices a Dilo here. I think the Dilos are going to be a major part of this game because the Raptors there were only 3 Raptors on Nublar alive in 1993, and 2 are dead, and 1 is locked inside the freezer, but we're going to get to that. All right, here we go into the kitchen. Of course, the kitchen from Jurassic Park. When the raptor went inside, she runs inside. This is also where the Scorpius Rex was in season 3 of Camp Cretaceous. And Duck's behind here. She's carrying the same lantern that they had in Jurassic Park. This is a very fan service trailer. There's a lot of just callbacks constantly. A lot of these shots mirror the film, and this just looks so photorealistic. Okay, there's the Dilo entering the kitchen. We're still getting juvenile Dilos. They're not all small in Jurassic Park. That was originally intended to be a juvenile, but I think Jurassic World has started treating them as the adults. We can see the pans that were knocked off the shelves by the raptors here. Yeah, so this is night, and Dilos are out, so it's several hours after the incident. It's going to be interesting to see why she was not able to leave with the rest of the staff. And there's the same ladle that Tim knocked off the shelf that alerted the raptor, and she runs into it. Those ladles are always trying to kill our main character in Jurassic Park. She covers up the light. Not a good idea being chased by Dilos, since we know that they run away from the light, as we've seen in Jurassic World Aftermath. And also, I think Camp Cretaceous, they mentioned that they are nocturnal. Okay, she just throws the light and walks by the cold storage room. There's a raptor in there, foreshadowing its return. And now out in the jungle. By the way, this is pre-rendered footage. The gameplay footage we see later it doesn't look quite this good, but it still looks pretty good. But this is just so awesome to see. And I think it's important that, our character, she's a scientist, so she's not like, you're not playing as Roland Timbo right off the bat. I think you're gonna get better at surviving from the dinosaurs over time. She's the same walkie-talkie that they used in the film. And there we go with the Dilo poking out from behind the tree, just like against Nedry. But apparently she's a little smarter than Nedry, or just a little faster. And uh, here goes the Dilo. And yeah, the Dilo just looks super good. Dodges the Venom, just barely. And this all looks so very Jurassic Park. And oh well, I'm gonna talk about this in a bit. But anyway, here she goes. She runs through the gate. Of course, it's in a lightning storm, as everything Jurassic Park must be. Okay, so there is the Rex footprint right in front of her. She's tired from running from the Dilo. And watch this. Boom. All right. The impact tremors from the T-Rex walking. You know what's going to happen here. Oh my gosh, guys, this trailer is so awesome to see after all this time. Finally. Okay, so she turns around. And there's Rexy, looking a lot like the Jurassic World iteration more than Jurassic Park. I do slightly prefer the Jurassic Park, but this T-Rex also has some slight changes that make it look a little more scary. And of course, this is still pre-rendered footage. All right, of course, you have to have the flare because it's Jurassic Park. There's a T-Rex. What are you supposed to do? And with the roar and the lightning, gosh, it looks so good. And that is most of the trailer, but then we're going to get a bit of gameplay footage here. So this is alpha footage. It's interesting. So this is the first iteration of the game. These shots don't give us much, just a little bit of look of moving around. They're very fast. There we can see one of the raptors, supposedly the raptor in the freezer. And there is the T-Rex. Boom. We don't have much information on this game yet. But here we go with the logo card. It looks super cool. And of course, it's called Jurassic Park Survival. I think that's like the best name for this that you could use. And then we get to see what platforms. Nope, no, maybe we don't. Okay, we got the cold storage sign, and then the door is gonna open, and the raptor gets out. Go. That we got the Xboxes, we got PC, PlayStation 5, and it's by Saber Interactive. That's the same company doing the Warhammer game and Universal. Universal has listened to us. They're going back to their roots with Jurassic Park. This is what people have been asking for. People have been asking them for a Jurassic Park survival game for so many years now, and they just wouldn't do it except for Jurassic World Aftermath, which was only for VR, which I love that game. You guys know I love that game. It's such a good game. It's very fun. I know it's in like that sort of comic booky style, but it doesn't matter when you're playing it. But yeah, it was only for VR, so not a lot of people got to play that. But now we have this awesome game, which is exactly what people have been wanting. And the main issue people were frustrated with Universal is because it got to the point of them asking for this game for so long that people just started making the game themselves. But the thing was, Universal was shutting them down for copyright, even when the people were making the games were making very little to very insignificant amounts of money. They just wanted the game so people could play it and have the Jurassic Park game that every fan deserves. Um, as said by Chronodican, who made Jurassic Park Operations probably the best of those games, which is still not out because they got a cease and desist from Universal, which people were very frustrated about because he spent 3 years working on this on his own, making no money except whatever little money he got from his YouTube, which is insignificant. Like, well, it's a big channel at this point because so many people wanted him to make the game, but he's not making his living off that or anything. Uh, and he was just making the game because people wanted to see it actually be a game that exists, and Universal was just like, no, you can't do it, which doesn't make any sense unless they were developing the game themselves. But no news, no nothing. It got to the point where other companies were jumping on this opportunity and making games like Instinction, The Lost Wild, Project Ferocious, Death Ground, those sort of the games that are coming in the next year or two. And we were really confused why Universal was not doing this. It just didn't make any sense, and there was no news, and people started to get frustrated with Universal over this, rightfully so. But now, just out of nowhere, they just dropped this trailer, and it's so good. Like, I Jurassic Park Operations looks awesome, and Chronicon deserves a lot of respect for it. But when you put the trailers side by side, you can see just even the gameplay footage looks so much more high detail. And I hope we do still get some version of Jurassic Park Operations, which, looking at Chronicon's new video he released this morning, it seems like we'll probably get some sort of version. It now has a very cool new rebrand. You should watch the video. Um, but yeah, this uh, it was just an interesting scenario that Universal would not jump on this obvious opportunity to go back to their roots with Jurassic Park. And I love the Jurassic World movies, especially Jurassic World. Jurassic World's an awesome movie. Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are sometimes good movies. Um, but anyway, I don't want to complain about them too much because they are high effort movies. But I don't want to talk too much about Dominion right now because this is going to be a long video otherwise. But there was this huge issue with the way they were doing things that people were like, we want to see this, do this, we'll pay for it. And it seems like Universal really did hear the fans, and they're usually very good at listening to them at this point. They're learning that the way to make money is just do what the fans want them to make, and yeah, they're doing it. They're actually doing it, and it is super super cool to see this. I did not think that this day would ever come. And yeah, oh my gosh. I hope you guys are all very excited for this. There's a few potential issues. We know that it's possible this game won't live up to its expectation. Um, but I will certainly be playing it when it comes out. Speaking of which, we don't have a release date. Which often when games they don't even have a predicted release date, that means it's pretty far into the future, or it's not good. But considering how long they've been shutting down fan projects, it makes me think they've been working on this game for quite a while. So I think it may be farther along than we think, and I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to guess that we're going to get this game late next year. I am, in all likelihood, though, it was probably going to get delayed. But anyway, yeah, this is, I don't even have much else to say except I hope, as far as species, we get all the species that were on Nublar in 1993. That includes all the ones in the original plan except the Pteranodon I don't think had been shipped over yet. Neither the Proceratosaurus, Baryonyx, maybe Metriacanthosaurus. But as far as carnivores, we have our Rex, our Velociraptor, our Dilophosaurus, and probably Herrerasaurus. So those are all going to be good to see. Yeah. I think I'm just so glad that Jurassic Park Survival is an actual game that is going to exist. Um, I hope all of you guys are as excited as I am for this game that's finally gonna exist. I'm repeating myself and rambling, but I'm excited. Even though this came out like 20 hours ago, I did not sleep very much last night because I was literally just thinking about how exciting this game could be. Maybe if it does well, we could even get a sequel, uh, The Lost World Survival. That would be so awesome. I hope the map isn't too linear and we get some free exploration of Nublar 1993, which would just be so, so cool. Um, yeah, it would just be so awesome. And my faith in Universal has been largely restored. But I don't want to get too excited, because there's still some things that could not go well, but I'm gonna get excited anyway. And I know my commentary is very dry normally and even still, but I promise you I'm very excited for this. I'm definitely going to be playing this game when it comes out eventually. And yeah, I don't have a lot left to say, um, except that I hope this isn't a shooter game. because it's not that I don't like shooter games, but the thing is in Jurassic Park, it doesn't work if you can just kill the dinosaurs. You know, the story doesn't work that way. Um, Humans are supposed to be insignificantly powerful, and if you want to shoot dinosaurs, there are games for that. Uh, and there's going to be a lot more in the next couple years, as we can see. As far as the story goes, I'm hoping that it will last a while. That it'll just be a full like 20-hour campaign. Maybe that's too optimistic, but you know, maybe the story will last all the way to the 1994 cleanup, and that's when our character will get rescued. Or what if it had a just the character just dies at the end? That would be kind of cool, but also kind of sad if you work the whole time and the character dies. But yeah, it would. I think it would be a nice detail if it went all the way to the '94 cleanup. Um, but yeah, this game is just gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be probably the best Jurassic Park game that we've had, except maybe Evolution 2, depending on what you prefer. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you are all excited for Jurassic Park Operations as I am. Any new news on that, I will be covering as soon as it comes out. Yeah, and this is just awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed.
I own an island off the coast of Costa Rica. Really spectacular, spared no expense. For this place, I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real.
Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nubla.